All right, modern day mystics, fellow truth seekers, James and Justin back again with another reaction. We're going to look at a Sadhguru video entitled, Are Our Gods Actually Aliens? And I was spurred on to go look up for a video on this because in one of our comments on one of the Hindu videos that we reacted to, someone wrote down something about how Hindu gods are actually they're like symbolic of aliens that came down and had, I guess, they did work amongst humanity. So I'm fascinated by that stuff.
What was the thing about Vishnu? You said Vishnu's not really...
Or no, it was Ganesh. It was like Ganesh really wasn't an alien, how it was actually like a breathing device, a long breathing device on his face or something.
Wasn't
like
it
that.
a trunk or something?
Yeah, so just really fascinating. I'm always intrigued by that stuff. And
we like to mix it up here. We're not trying to be blasphemous.
And so this is kind of Sadhguru addressing the alien issue in the room.
Maybe there is a little bit of an element of truth in it somewhere.
Oh snap.
If an alien comes, it's such a fantastic thing. Something absolutely new entered our life. Human beings have always been doing incredible things, but they never got the media.
I read some theories about all gods are aliens who had lots of good technology and tools with them long back. What's your thought about it?
I think it's important to note that everyone laughed at his question.
Yeah.
It's not that crazy of a question.
They were like, he was like, I'm actually
Probably more
asking
than anything making people feel uncomfortable because they might be like, yeah, that could be true, So,
yeah,
I don't know.
It's normal behavior.
Because normally when you say God, people will look up, so they must be aliens. Obviously not residing on this planet, so they must be aliens. I know theories and theories are going around. Anything that you cannot explain that's happened on this planet, you want to invent a fantastic story that somebody else must have come and done this. I'm not saying that is not at all possible either, but I think 95% of it is just loose imagination. There is a 5% element of truth to it. I cannot deny it after having been to Manasarovar and Kailash.
Oh, shoot, I paused at the wrong time. But did you hear this thing or this one theory floating around that the aliens regard us as like things that contain souls or something like that?
I've heard.
Did you hear that weird one? It's like a new one. It's like among these like dignitaries or whatever.
Yeah.
One of the people were like, actually, the aliens are quite aware of us, and they're like have this weird observance of us as like the entities that actually have souls or something like that.
Weird.
It's just another one floating out there, But let's listen closely to this part because this part's fascinating. What he's about to say.
It's a living confrontation. It's a living encounter, so I cannot deny it, but everything that you cannot explain thinking that somebody else from somewhere came and did this, this is an ancient problem continuing till today. If you don't know how something happened in your life, it must be him who did it. Somebody else is always responsible for all the things.
He's explaining kind of like a God of the gaps argument, which is something that I think sometimes as humans we do when we are faced with the unknown. In order to try to make sense of something, we fill it in with, ideas of fantastical things, right? And aliens sometimes get that spot. Magical thinking sometimes gets that spot.
Yeah, you are correct for identifying these patterns of human behavior in like explaining things and the need to explain things.
Yeah. And that experience that he had at that mountain, I feel like we've seen that before in another reaction that we've done with Sadhguru. He was talking about that, where I think he had some type of experience.
He talks about it on Joe Rogan. He went to this Kamartosh place or whatever the heck it's called. Correct me. And he was like, we contacted something. And like, I've heard all kinds of stuff, like a bowl of water started boiling, and they're like, you know, this is Sadhguru we're talking about, man.
Yeah.
Like, scientist, philanthropist, you know, guru extraordinaire. And he's like, it was weird, man. It was almost like I heard one thing where he said it was kind of like an airport for entities or something, like they were coming and going. And bizarre. That's fascinating as all get out.
Yeah.
But you're right in this human propensity to like explain things away, point at stuff. And I honestly think more times than not it kind of gets in the way of just observing and, you know, taking in and letting the truth be.
That we don't know how. I think it's 95% conjecture. Maybe there is a little bit of an element of truth in it somewhere, maybe. But instead of going off into these fanciful thoughts and philosophies and belief systems that you start seeing aliens floating around in your cities, when they come and introduce themselves, okay, till they come and introduce themselves, that they come, stand here and say, Sadhguru, this is me, I have come from Mars. Till then, we can ignore them. Really. Till then, you can ignore them. Because I know you've been watching Hollywood movies and they're going to come and attack you and you have to prepare right now. You have to build an army to fight the aliens. Somebody is making money on building this fanciful thought in your head.
I mostly agree with Sadhguru. I 95% agree with
Whoa,
95%
even
agree with
5%.
Sadhguru. Well, just because like I'm a sci-fi nerd. I enjoy aliens, but I also see like the problem of getting lost in nonsense, how it can take up parts of your life. Like recently, like what was it, 2-3 months ago, they had all that alien talk, and now it's silence, nothing. Remember the U.S. Congress and all that stuff talking about aliens, and still nothing. Nothing. Even Mexico was like, look, we have little bodies. And everyone was like, yeah. Well, it still wasn't good enough. I can't do anything with a paper mache body of an alien. It does nothing for my life. But it is fascinating, you know, like if you want, I think there's room to like, you know, when you go to bed at night and you want to, you know, drift off and let your day worries go away, you know, think about aliens, think about it, have fun with it, you know, like I'm okay with it.
Yeah, just hold it loosely.
Hold it loosely.
Even you have to fight wars with stars. I thought you could do something better. I thought you could do…
He's got good vibes, man. Let's all start acting a little more like Sadhguru. Let's all like bat our eyes a little bit and chill out a little bit. Can't do it. I always get frustrated and wound up and break the whole thing, you know, but I'd love to consistently, for years, have the same attitude, the same affect as him. Hold things loosely. That's what this is. You know, hold things loosely.
Do at least something better outside this planet. You're not able to settle your prejudices and, you know, anger and hatred we have generated against people. If you are not able to drop it, I thought at least with aliens we could welcome them and have a party with them. But no, with stars also wars. I don't think so. If an alien comes, it's such a fantastic thing. Something absolutely new entered our life. There may be so much gossip. Huh? And you could share so many things, your insights into the local juice, and they may have their juice. It could be a fantastic interaction. Anyway, you're talking about they came and built this, they came and built the pyramids, they came and built the Mayan temples, they came and built the Indian Kailash temple, you know, it's going on. In India, there's a temple called the Kailash temple.
So cool.
Where this was not built, it was cut into a mountain from the top.
That's crazy.
they took out some 4 million tons of rock. I want you to understand what I'm saying. It's like, let's say this entire thing was a rock and we carved this hall out of that rock, okay? Like this, they carved out a temple which is 3 floors with elaborate carvings, and from the top. It's very difficult for any sculptor to work from the top down, okay? But they worked sculptures like this, hundreds of stone images and 3 floors of temple. It is one of the most incredible things that human beings have done on this planet. I don't want to give away the credit to the aliens. When I first visited this Kailash temple, I felt proud of being a human being. Because 4 generations of people, 135 years, maybe 5 generations or 6 generations of people, 135 years, they worked to the same plan, okay? Just with hammer and chisel, 4 million tons of rock was removed and they built a temple. Nothing was built, everything was carved out of the mountain, not this way, from the top down.
How many generations?
It is the most incredible piece of engineering and craftsmanship that human beings have displayed on the planet. When I went there, my chest swelled. There's so many things that human beings are doing that we should feel ashamed of. But there are many things they have done that we can be really proud of. I don't want to give away credit to the aliens. No human beings did it. Human beings have always been doing incredible things, but they never got the media. Only those who did horrible things got the media.
Yeah.
Even today, isn't it? So, it doesn't matter who did it, aliens did it, human beings did it. What the hell are we doing as a generation of people is very important. Are we going to create something in this world where future generations will look back and say, wow, these 21st generation people did such fantastic things. Something that will make them proud of being human, not ashamed of being human. Let's do something like that.
I like how we ended it.
I just
right?
like his general attitude
Yeah.
towards things, man. Like, let's spin
very
it to
positive.
positive.
Good spin. Yeah, whether or not aliens created those structures, it's fascinating to think, you know, like maybe it was ancient civilizations. Maybe we had technology 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 years ago that was able to do that. Maybe we lost everything. There's the like reset theory that we had like insane technology. Yeah,
but
and
like for frig's sake here, okay? He mentioned something that humans most likely did. You can today you could go buy some paper mache and first of all make your own damn Mexican alien. You can go make it today, and that's just the beginning of what you could do. You know, would you be surrounded by people who'd be like, James, what a waste of time? The point is, we can do cool stuff.
Yeah.
Why are we waiting around for aliens to come here? Why are we going like maybe this and maybe that?
Okay, we already do. Like, imagine like our civilization collapsed today, and you know, 2,000 years from now, people like came to the cities that we created. Look at the insane structures that we have.
Yeah, but it's true. Like, you know, familiarity kind of like breeds boredom. You know, but it is true. Like, we don't live in the city, but so every time I go to visit Toronto, I'm like,
yeah,
you know, like a tourist. So that's cool. Go visit some cool stuff. But
that
also,
giant ball. Remember we did the U2 reaction video? That huge ball in Las Vegas. What will people say when they find Las Vegas 2,000 years from now? Like, oh my, why did they have a giant ball? It's massive. And you can go in it.
Yeah.
Like, that would be crazy.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like, you remember, like, you ever heard of the concept of vomitoriums? Like, there was a time when culture was so affluent that they would have places where you could feast and like barf it up and then keep
didn't even know that.
and then keep feasting so that you keep enjoying your food, right?
Jeez.
Sometimes I feel like there's so much beauty and art and everything that you can be drowned in it.
Yeah.
And then it's almost like we need a room where you can go that's just plain and stale. Go like detach from all the interesting things for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like think of our phones. They're like little windows into infinite novelty.
Yeah.
Set it down for a little bit and go allow yourself to be bored for a while until you get excited.
That's like the new thing. It's like, how bored can you get?
Yeah. Well, I've been on like a 3-week stretch just sitting in a gray room.
Bored.
Gray couches, gray walls. It's my boredom room. so that when I get out of there, the world's so colorful.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely something in what you're talking about there. Like,
Oh yeah.
but anyway, we rambled on long enough on this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed our reaction to this Sadhguru video, and if you did, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, share with a friend, and everybody. Until next time, stay spiritual.